Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm Inder. I'm a freelance actor on YouTube. I make regular acting videos. The latest ones are always linked in the description below, so please check them out. Today you guys requested it and I told you guys if you do, I will absolutely make this video. Here are 5 tips to neutralize, and I mean it neutralize, not overcome, neutralize social anxiety. Now, I wanted to preface this video saying I purposely chose the word neutralize instead of overcome because though it may potentially be something that you can overcome, anxiety, for me personally, I'm not going to speak on overcoming it because I haven't completely overcome it. I've learned how to neutralize and control my social anxiety. So this is what that video is about. The first tip, let's get into it. Number 1, don't overthink what you're going to say before you say it. If you do that, and this has happened to me multiple times, sometimes I overthink what I'm going to say, and if it doesn't come out like that, how I anticipate it to come out in my brain, I get frustrated and I get stressed. And this just makes the whole environment more like stressful for a socially anxious person because you're like, oh, I should have said it like this, and now they're gonna think now it doesn't make sense properly. Like, I swear to God, I remember being in English once and I was overthinking about what I was gonna say so many times. I was gonna say the word numb and I just blurted out the word dumb and the whole class started laughing. I swear to God, like, you could ask my English classmates, like, it was embarrassing. But you know, that's because I overthought it too much in my brain, you know? So don't do that. If you restrict yourself from doing that or hold yourself back from doing that, you will find that making conversation is easier. This leads me to tip number 2. Be present. Don't be thinking, oh, I could have been doing this instead of being here at this moment. I could have avoided all this social tension and all this stuff, you know? Be present and be a listener, you know? That's the best way to make conversation. Just being aware of like what's happening, because if your mind is somewhere else and your presence is here, there's gonna be a collision, you know? Like, it's not gonna end well because like you can't chime in, which leads me to step number 3, the importance of chiming in. Yes, for a socially anxious person, it is extremely, it can get difficult for people to chime in at times, which kind of makes them like hurdle back, you know? Like, okay, people are like having their conversations. I don't want to chime in and destroy that, you know? But honestly, the way it gets easier is to practice. And it's such a mundane thing that you can practice it anywhere. Like, someone's talking, obviously be respectful. I don't want to just like, someone's having like a conversation, you just be like, oh, well, I think this. And, you know, like, be respectful. Like, if you have a input that is actually like worth conversating about, then, you know, input yourself into it. But like, obviously with respect and boundaries. But yes, the importance of chiming in. A way you can chime in is just making like a dumb joke or finding a common ground within your friendship group, you know? Like, if someone's talking about, I don't know what I thought about Teletubbies, but if someone's talking about Teletubbies, like, and you watched it, like, put yourself into the conversation. Like, it's not that difficult, you know? Don't overthink it. Again, this is all interconnected. Like, don't overthink it. Be a bit, you know, brave and like chime in when you find a chance to, you know? And honestly, practice makes better. Jessie J said this. She said, practice, there's no such thing as perfection. She said, practice makes better, not perfection. And I love that quote from her. So if you practice, you will get better. It won't be perfect, but is there really something called a perfect conversation? I don't think so. I feel like if you're a good listener and you're present in the moment, then that can kind of somewhat equate to a perfect conversation. I don't know, but it is so important to be present. Number 4 is so important. Try to neutralize your fears with positive thinking and thoughts. It's so important. When you're a socially anxious person and you're in a social environment, you tend to think of the worst scenario possible. And our brains do this to protect us in some way, but sometimes our minds don't have the capacity to this is all logistics and pragmatic, everything's here, okay? But you know, you have to, that's not how the world works. You lead by the heart in the world, you know? And with this situation where your brain is telling you, like, you know, like, step back, like, this is the worst thing is possible, you know, you need to combat those thoughts with positive thinking. Think positive. Think like, oh, I can make a new friend, or I gain a new experience. You know, you have to combat these thoughts, and you can't let these irrational thoughts win, because 99.9% of the time your worst fears are not going to come true, you know? And don't harp on that 0.01%, you know? The final tip number 5, is positive reinforcement. It is so important, especially for a socially anxious person, to congratulate themselves when they do try a little bit. You know, trying a little bit is better than not trying at all. And I feel like I've been in situations where you know, I've actually like tried like wholeheartedly to like be present and be interactive with other people. And then afterwards I'm just like, okay, whatever, yeah, I just dismiss it. But it's so important to congratulate on yourself, because you're validating yourself, like, you know what, you're doing good, like you're making progress. That is tip number 5 and the final one. Before I end this video, I want you guys to comment down below your thoughts on this video. Let me know any tips you've come across and that you think have helped you, because I'd love to know as well. I'm still learning how to neutralize my social anxiety, but these are tips that have really helped me so far. Thank you guys for the love and appreciation on my 18 with social anxiety video. That meant a lot, because a lot of people messaged me privately saying, oh my god, I relate to this, which made me feel good. Like, a lot of people that I didn't expect to be socially apprehensive messaged me and told me, like, you know, like, yeah, even though I am so bubbly and extroverted, like, I too feel like this sometimes, you know? And that just made me feel really good and not alone, you know? So if you're going through this and you can relate to this, know that you're not alone, and there are so many people that are here, you know, that relate to your story, and you can find peace in the situation, you know? Yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you did. Check out my latest acting video. We have new ones coming every Monday. Greater things to come, like I always say. And I wish you guys well, and hope you are too chasing your dreams. I will see you guys very soon.